Big news from Drew Carey. Big news. I thought the big news was Drew Carey's going to host The Price is Right, replacing Bob Barker. But no, he's got really big news. Here it is. Oh, well, there goes I gave the cue.
Drew Carey is making TV history today with his debut as the host of The Price is Right. But he's also making some personal history, and we have him on the phone to tell us all about it. Drew, good morning.
Good morning, Julie. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Yeah, just remember, it's only TV history, so it's not that big of a deal.
No. Well, tell us about this personal history that you are, this big announcement you have?
Oh, yeah, I just got engaged last week. My girlfriend Nicole was very happy.
Tell us how you popped the question.
We were driving home, and I just figured it was time to do something, so when we got to her driveway, I came out of my car and walked around to her side of the car when she was getting out, got down on one knee, and I had already given her a real expensive ring about a few months ago, so I slipped the ring off her finger and slipped it back on. She married me.
And what did she do? What did she say? How surprised was she?
She went, "Oh, Drew," and she started crying, and then she got down and hugged me. So we were both on our knees in the middle of the street crying.
Wow. Now, you're 49. You've never been married before. Why now?
It's a good question. I don't know. I just figured it was the right time to do it, and she's the right person, so.
And is this a first marriage for Nicole as well?
Yeah, first marriage for both of us.
And when's the big day? Have you said?
No date yet.
Do we know what year?
No. Well, the reason why people get engaged is so they can,
We don't have a picture. We don't have a picture of Nicole. We searched and searched and searched. What does she look like?
No, she's gorgeous. About yay by yay.
How tall? What color hair? What color eyes? What does she look like, celebrity-wise?
Light brown hair. She's about comes up to my eyes. Green eyes. I don't know. It's weird that there's no pictures. Nobody's ever been able to get a picture. We went out together and we broke up for a long time, and nobody could ever get a picture of her. I don't know why. And whenever they would put her picture in the tabloids, it would be me and some other women. But they would have
How'd that go over with Nicole?
Well, we just laughed about it because they never get anything right, they do. They got her name right. The picture, they get floppy sometimes. So, I don't know. I guess I'll have to talk to my publicist about getting a picture of her out there for everybody.
Well, we are dying to meet her and see her, and we say congratulations to you and best wishes to Nicole. And
thank you.
Good luck today as you debut as the new host of The Price is Right. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm more worried about trying to keep my dogs from pooping on my carpet right now.
Drew Carey, thanks again.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
It's from The Early Show on CBS. There you go. Drew Carey getting married. That Monday he debuted as the host of The Price is Right. Now, speaking as your genial host of this show, I mean, of all the times to announce your engagement, Drew, you're taking on this gig. Bob Barker did this gig for 35 years. I mean, you could be raking in the cash, who knows, until what, 2042? Who knows? For a long time to come. Why now would you want to announce your engagement? Are you kidding me? This is a big cash commitment from CBS. It's big. Now you want to get engaged? Now you want to get married? Are you kidding me? I mean, your fiancée could be a lovely person. She could be wonderful. But why would you want to sign a contract and hitch up your bank account to her bank account? Why? I mean, you get a gig. I mean, come on, people dream of having a gig like that. Rosie O'Donnell was ready to go straight if she had to get that job, the hosting The Price is Right. I mean, lots of people in the entertainment business wanted that job. You got it. And congratulations for getting it, by the way, because I've had the privilege of knowing Bob Barker and was a big fan of his as a broadcaster. Bob signed off on Drew Carey hosting The Price is Right, so I signed off on it. That's fantastic. but that's big cash. Why now? The day you debut as the host of The Price is Right, you decide you're going to get married and sign part of that cashola off to somebody else. Are you kidding me? Am I out of line here?
1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
Why are you just so hung up about women being evil and terrible and just bitches?
Many of them are. The Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. From a secret location, I can't tell you. 1-800-5800-TOM. What's going on here? Drew Carey announces he's getting engaged the day he debuts on The Price is Right. What's that all about? Nicole from the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Nope.
Is that a question or a statement?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
Obviously, you've done it times.
You've done it more than once.
Yeah, but there's an infinite number of numbers above the number 1. I never said I got married 5 times.
How many times have you been married?
Doesn't matter. Listen carefully, and next time when I say it, then you'll know.
Well, I think that you're like a Bible thumper then, because you're a hypocrite. I think that...
How so?
Because if you're going to be telling people not to get married, for whatever reason, you get all your...
Well, I'm no more a hypocrite than somebody who commits murder and then somehow is let out, but he does community service and he goes to classrooms. He says, don't kill people. Or people who used to smoke cigarettes who say, don't smoke cigarettes. Look what happened to me. Or people who are drug addicts who say, hey, drugs ruined my life. Don't do drugs.
But it took you more than once to figure that out. I just find that very, really hard to swallow.
Why are you so bitter? That's what I'm curious about. You're so bitter about this?
It's hilarious that you tell people not to get married.
I do.
More than once. And you're just upset about Drew Carey getting engaged.
I'm not upset about it. Drew obviously is a free agent. Do whatever he wants. I'm just saying, why do it now? Why? You're about to take the biggest job, the most money. You could be doing this for decades. Why would you want to at that time announce you're getting married?
I personally don't believe in marriage. I've never been married, but I don't. Unlike you, I don't preach something that I don't follow. Is my point, which you are obviously because you've been married more than once.
Yeah. How many times are you going to say?
I'm sorry?
How many times are you going to say that?
Well,
So clearly you've run out of material.
I don't think I need any more than the fact that you're a hypocrite because
you said that 5 times.
Okay, and I just want you to...
So in other words, you must have low self-esteem. You must think nobody listens because you feel the need to repeat the same content over and over and over.
That women are bitches. How many times do you repeat that? So obviously you...
Only when it's true. Only when there's another incident that proves it's true.
I'm repeating something that's true, so...
No, but there hasn't been any new incident or any new reason to say it.
You don't have any new reason.
And I don't say it 5 times in a 2-minute and 45-second period like you just did.
You're talking about women like...
Listen to you. Are you fat or fugly or both? Which is it?
I am gorgeous, by the way. And
sure.
I'm educated.
Yeah,
yes.
On the phone, you're all gorgeous. What do you look like?
I am 5'4", 120 pounds, Latina, and hot. So, I mean...
120. You got some junk in the trunk there, dear.
I do not have junk in the trunk.
5'4", 120? Yes, you do.
Are you kidding me right now?
No.
You would be in love, okay?
Oh, you really think so?
I know so.
Yeah, well, you'll have to send a photo because nobody down here believes you.
Well, that's too bad. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I know what I look like, and it's not because I'm... It's funny how you always think that...
Dean will do the weigh-in right outside the studio here. He's got the scale. He's ready to go.
It's funny how you always say when people... bring something to your attention that you don't agree with, that they're automatically ugly. I find it hysterical.
No, I'm just talking about you. I'm not talking about anybody else.
Don't try to change.
Nasty, angry.
My point is, I personally don't believe in
getting
marriage.
close to your expiration date.
I I actually enjoy your show, and I think that you give a lot of good advice.
I do.
That's the only thing that I don't understand, and I was calling about...
Why would you enjoy listening to such a hypocrite?
This is why I'm calling.
I know that's what you're going to say it again. Because you're such a hypocrite. Because you've been married 7 times. Because you're such a hypocrite. Because you've been married 12 times. Because you're such a hypocrite. Because you've been married 147 times. Because you're a hypocrite.
And how many times do your listeners have to hear over and over how women are bitches?
How would you know if you're not listening all the time?
I do listen to you. I don't listen to you all the time.
I'm playing the hits, dear.
I enjoy your show.
I am playing the hits.
Only comment I wanted to make and understand, not that you have to share any information with me if this makes you...
How many times a day does Kiss FM play Kanye West? Come on, I'm playing the hits.
I don't listen to Kiss FM, but anyway...
Whatever. The point is, I'm playing the hits.
Okay, so I'm just calling you out for something that I...
You're going to repeat it again because you're married 6,284 times and you're a hypocrite. Because you had to get married 602,084 times to realize that marriage was wrong. Because you're a hypocrite. Because you were married 10,847 times. Because you're a hypocrite.
I absolutely love that I ruffled your feathers.
You didn't ruffle my feathers, dear. Danny, what did you want to say to Nicole?
Hey, listen, you know what? This chick obviously has an issue with men in the first place because, you know, why would you call a radio station and complain about what someone else did in their lifetime? Obviously, to do things to learn from them, and all he's doing is trying to pass the knowledge along. He's not trying to, you know, ruffle anyone else's feathers. I think you're the one that needs to take his advice the most, obviously, and not put a nice guy in a misery for the rest of his life by marrying him.
First of all, I don't need to take anyone's advice because obviously I'm smart enough to know not to get married. So let's just throw that out. Second of all, I'm calling to just inquire about...
If you're smart enough not to get married, why are you complaining about Tom getting married a bunch of times and telling people not to get married? Obviously, you guys agree on each other's point.
I'm sorry?
I said, why are you complaining about Tom getting married 4 times if you don't believe in getting married? Listen, I think the real issue is that...
Are you listening to what I'm saying?
Married, but you can't find a guy that is dumb enough to get in a relationship with you.
First of all, I'm not complaining. Second of all, I just called to ask Tom...
Why he had to get married 8,746,212 times. He's a hypocrite.
I feel like I'm listening to a broken record. Like, can you figure something else out to say?
I'm sorry?
I feel like I'm listening to a broken record.
I mean, you listen to a broken record every time you listen to Tom. So, I mean...
No, I don't listen to a broken record every time I listen to Tom. Maybe you need to tune in more often and see what else he talks about.
I have listened to Tom, and I
well, why do you listen if it's so difficult to listen to?
Because I do find it interesting, and I do agree with a lot of what you say.
Well, clearly, if you find it interesting, I'm doing the show right.
There you go.
Especially how you talk about, you know, how people... I personally believe when a woman gets pregnant, she does it on purpose if it's not, you know, informed to if the man's not given an option. I do agree with a lot of what you say. The only thing that just stood out for me...
I've been married 17 million times, and I'm a hypocrite.
I was just calling in to ask...
Gonna say it again.
What was
How many times are you gonna say it?
Well, that you were like, okay.
It's unbelievable.
I was just popping in, and it's funny that you still haven't answered my question.
Oh, please, Christina, what did you want to say to Nicole?
Hey, Tom, weren't you just talking about dumb bitches? How ironic that she's on the phone.
Yes, well, I'm a hypocrite because I've been married 37 million times.
That was, Christina, was such an educated comment. I am so glad that you, as a female, are calling in saying that. I mean, bravo. You are amazing.
Dumb. It doesn't matter if you're a guy or girl. If you're stupid.
You are just, oh, my God, you're just so smart. I'm glad you called in and represent women, you know, all around the world, especially women like you that just call in and say, I'm a dumb bitch. I mean, bravo. That was
better than having you talk for us, sweetie.
Nice for you. I wasn't saying anything bad, first of all. I just find it interesting that Tom still hasn't answered.
Because Tom's been married 87 million times. The guy, he's a hypocrite.
I'm curious, what was the final straw?
Oh, Jesus. Please. Christina? We have another Christina on the line. What did you want to say to Nicole?
I just wanted to know why is it so difficult for you to comprehend that he tried to make a couple of marriages work, and then he learned his lesson, and that's why he preaches what he does. It's not hypocritical.
So just because his marriages failed means that he should tell people not to get married because theirs will? I mean, it's silly.
Well, that's his opinion. Not everybody has to listen to him.
And you know what? I have my opinion. So I'm allowed to give my opinion.
Which consists of about 12 words repeated over and over and over.
And because you haven't answered my question.
Oh, stop it. Cy, what did you want to say to Nicole here?
My question.
Let me say something real quick, Tom. A long-time listener, first-time caller. I just want to say one thing, and I just for all the smart people out there, if you're a general at war, General Patton, you don't just become a general overnight. You have to go to war a couple of times, get the experience for you to be able to give advice to your soldiers. That's exactly what Tom is to us. He's our father. He's a general. That's why he's telling us not to do this, not to do that. Second of all, the reason why he may sound like a broken record, because he gets millions and thousands of new listeners every single day. And he has to let them know who he is and what he's all about. Tom, I love the fact that you preach what you preach. I've been in a relationship for 8 years. I'm not married. I'm planning to get married. We're happier than most married couples out there ever. So I wanted to share that with you right there, Tom.
Thank you for that, Cy. I appreciate it. This is Joe. Joe, what did you want to say to Nicole here?
Listen, brother, I just calling and just hearing this woman has gotten me very aggravated. I mean, she's just saying the same things over and over again. Obviously, if she doesn't like what she's hearing, hey, don't call. Don't waste the time hearing Tom. Bottom line.
Hey, Tom, how about you actually bring in a caller that agrees with me? I find it interesting.
I'm putting every caller up there.
Honey, you're not going to find one. Your material is dead, girl.
I'm sure that
and go take care of your 3, 4, 5 kids. You're probably
so that it can be on your side. I mean, I know how it works. Give me a break.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I know what you're.
So I never get any callers who disagree with me.
But you're not putting them through. Why not put a caller that agrees?
I have you.
I don't believe that. Well, I don't want to talk.
How did you get on the air?
I called to talk to you. Can't you?
How did you get on the air?
Your own battle.
If I am screening out people because they disagree, how did you get in?
How come you're not fighting your own battle?
You haven't answered my question now. You're not going to answer my question. Brett, what did you want to say to Nicole here?
Hello?
Yeah.
This lady, I mean, is this a joke?
No, it's real.
Is she really a real person?
First, it's a joke, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wait a second. How many people have ever proposed to you?
I've had a few propose to me, actually.
No, seriously. How many people really proposed to you?
Well, I really, seriously, I just told you. So if you're going to ask me a question and you're not going to believe me the first time I say it, don't ask it again.
Well, you should really lift up your skirt and see what's under there. You're amazing. You are amazing.
No, I'm awesome. I know. Thank you.
I mean, this is tremendous. I mean, I can't wait to talk to my son about marrying a girl like you. You are a complete
piece of work. A girl like me wouldn't marry your son because a girl like me doesn't believe in marriage.
You are a complete piece of work. You should be held up on art show. This is a complete piece of work.
I know. Yeah.
Awesome. You're tremendous. Keep up the good attitude.
Thanks for your call. It was nice chatting with you.
Yes, Terry, what did you want to say?
I just want to say that Tom is so banking off of you, it's not even funny.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
You're a typical bitch.
Okay, thanks. I actually don't mind that coming from another woman because when you say it, I know that a bitch is somebody who stands.
You don't have a man
and gives her opinion. So the fact that
no man wants to be with a woman who brags about being a bitch. That's a fact.
Well, I wouldn't. That's for sure. She would cost me too much money. She'd make me bankrupt.
Excuse me?
You heard me.
I don't understand what you're saying. Like, you're not even making sense right now.
You're asking the questions and you're not even paying attention.
Just to call me a bitch? Great, 2 cents. Wow, I haven't heard that before. So,
yes, you have. I'm sure you have.
A caller that has something interesting to say before I fall asleep over here.
Oh, okay. I guess you're going to fall asleep then, huh?
He can't fight his own battles.
You're keeping millions of listeners awake. That's what you're doing.
I'm doing what?
You're keeping millions of listeners awake by telling your sorry story.
Obviously I am. I didn't even tell a story, by the way. I was telling Tom's story. Just, I don't know if you were paying attention, but I wasn't telling you.
It's costing you more money to stay on this phone.
Actually telling the truth.
Stay on this call than Tom.
What did you say?
It's costing you more money than it is Tom.
Actually, it doesn't matter because unlike you, which I'm sure you probably don't have a career, I can afford this call, so it doesn't matter. You're such a joke. It's not even funny.
Yeah, it's true. Joshua, you're saying hi to Nicole now.
Hi, Joshua. Hi, how are you?
I just want to congratulate you on being married 70 billion times. That's quite a feat right
Thank
there.
you.
Not many people can say that. But I did want to say that...
obviously, you weren't listening, so move on.
If someone had played 70 million basketball games and I wanted some advice on basketball, I'd probably call him. So, not like Tom.
It was fabulous.
Not like Tom saying this stuff not from experience. He's obviously already been around the block. So I would be inclined to take his advice on it.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening to you because there wasn't anything interesting you were saying. So move on.
There you go. That's the bitch speaking.
Kill this lady. Someone call and kill this lady.
That's the bitch speaking. Leo, what did you want to say to Nicole?
I'm just saying, you're basing your whole argument off hypocrisy, but I would say it's more experience than hypocrisy. I mean, he's coming from a valuable source. He's tried it 4 times, and it didn't work 4 times. I think that's great advice.
It's a Christian philosophy, It's
what if he's not Christian?
We're trying to save people, and it's usually
not everyone is Christian,
really
though.
Hard and has to be saved again and again and again, and they're the biggest Bible thumpers. So I was just expressing my point here that Tom is one of those. I was comparing him to a Bible.
Yes, yeah, I know. We heard you say that a few times.
That's all I was saying. I mean, I wasn't telling a story. I wasn't, talking about I'm a bitch, I'm this. I've been married 70 million times. I didn't even say that.
Yeah, but you're basing your whole argument on the fact that he's a hypocrite when, in fact, he's not.
I am not arguing with anybody. I called in to ask Tom. Which he still hasn't answered my question. I asked him what did it take him to realize after his 3rd, 4th, I don't know, marriage that, maybe this isn't going to work for me. But just because it didn't work for him doesn't mean it's not going to work for another person.
But it does mean that it's not going to work for the majority of the people in the United States, that's for sure. Because look at the divorce rate. I mean, it's up. Tom is a prime example of this, and he's just leading by example. And everyone's obviously listening to him. You're listening to him. I'm listening to him. And hell, I've gotten more acid at toilet seat because of this guy.
But the thing is, are you listening to? I agree with his philosophy of not being married, not getting married. But since
it was based off the fact that he was married 4 times.
I didn't realize he had been married a few times. So I was calling in to just question him about what finally...
Let me ask you a question. Would you listen to
his head and said, this is a mistake.
Now, let me ask you something about
because it doesn't work like everyone. Now, I've seen successful marriages. I've never been married, so I don't know. But I've seen them. So to profess something that you're not completely sure about, like Tom does, is basically one-sided, which is fine. It's his radio show. He can say whatever he wants.
Not one-sided when you've got article after article and caller after caller backing up your statements. I mean, it's not just Tom's argument. He's basing this off the voice of everyone that calls to this radio show. You are the minority.
You know what? I think it would be more believable. I'm saying, he'd probably be more credible to me. It might not be everyone if he hadn't been married 20 times. That's the only thing.
20 times?
That's what makes it credible.
I'm sorry?
That's what makes it credible. I wouldn't go to church and listen to a preacher that's never read the Bible. It's just there's no credibility behind it. He has no experience. And Tom does have the experience to tell me that.
He could be telling people not to get married, but on the other hand, he'll go do it again because he's done it so many times. And it's
but you can't base this on the future of something that hasn't happened. You're going to live your life on maybes, and that's not practical either. You're already assuming that he's going to get married again, but he's not getting married. So what are you basing your argument off of?
Maybe he said that the first time he was divorced, I'm never getting married, and people believed it, but hey, he did it again.
All right, Leo, thank you. Chris, what did you want to say to Nicole?
He's going to get married again. You are not Tom, so you don't know.
Doesn't stop.
Like most women that called, if they were loyal listeners, she'll know why it didn't work. There wasn't a problem with you. There was a problem with the institution of marriage. But she's a loyal listener, and she listens all the time. Like most women, what they want to do, well, you got married 4 times. Why did you do this? Why did you do this? Like the last caller called. Tom has credibility. I would not listen to anybody who's preaching about something who hasn't experienced it.
I'm glad you called in. Gotcha. Next.
You're an idiot. You are an idiot, but you're a loyal listener. He got married 7 times. You don't even listen to the show. You, like most women, think you know everything. This is why I'll never get married and I'll never have a girlfriend.
I'm glad that
because of women like you. You think you know everything.
Okay.
Tom, can you take me out Kobe style, please?
Of course I can.
Oh.
This is about us. She's so special to me. Yeah, it beats in my heart. Yeah, the air I breathe. She's so special to me.
Oh, boy. That was just a little slice of heaven there. All right, just to bring us back to reality here. The Price is Right. Drew Carey became the host of The Price is Right. The show started airing yesterday. And at the same time, Drew Carey announced that he's getting engaged. What's that all about?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
Lady, how old are you?
I'm 41 years old.
You're over the hill.
I mean, I can't waste my time with you. The point of me calling in was not...
1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Drew Carey began his stint as the host of The Price is Right, and the same day announced he's getting engaged. Did I miss something here? Huh? Joe on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Calling about the Drew Carey. Perhaps this woman is trying to get the piggyback to the hype that is going on.
Well, that explains her, but it doesn't explain him.
Yeah, but maybe it was her decision and he had no choice.
Oh, wait a minute.
I mean, seriously, right? I mean,
what are you saying?
Why go out with somebody for that long, at the same time, not get married, and all of a sudden here comes the big week, the big engagement? That's a pretty good combination for her end, I think.
Well, I don't know. We don't know anything about her. We know him.
Yeah, but the point is, it doesn't make sense, like you say. That could have been done a long time ago. So to put it now in perspective, it's a big story for her side. A lot of good things might happen for her on this occasion.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be great for her. She's marrying a guy who's got this new big gig. Fantastic for her. Excellent.
Security, because before I used to see him in different comedy clubs. He was a pretty nice guy. And I don't think he had a fixed income that he would have now. So I guess maybe the time for marriage on his end. But I'm sure there'll be a prenup on that.
Don't be so sure.
Well, I'm just thinking that. Listen, while I was listening to you, I was waiting. There was a lady that called up in regards about your marriages. And people got on the phone and calling her a bitch. And I was just wondering, they don't even know her. I don't see how they could do that to her.
Well, she herself said she was a bitch.
Oh, I see. Because she was making a point, and everybody started criticizing her. And I kind of felt a little sorry for her a little bit. Not that I
You felt sorry for her?
Yeah.
She admitted to being a bitch.
No, she shouldn't have brought up the other marriages. We all have bad experience and everything. And we learn from it. And I think that what you're doing is you're trying to tell us, hey, listen, I learned. I'm just warning you guys.
Right.
I think she just missed out on that concept. You know, it's not like you failed. It's you failed and you want to tell everybody, look, don't make the same mistake I did. So people are missing that message.
You are absolutely right about that, Joe. Thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM. What's happening with Drew Carey? He starts off hosting The Price is Right, and then the same day his show debuts, he announces he's getting engaged. Come on! What about all that money you're making? Don't make a mistake. Hello? She can be a lovely person, but what are you doing? Lawrence on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
I love you, Tom. I love you, Tom. I'm so glad someone's finally checking all these dumb bitches. I know the reason Drew Carey is announcing his engagement. He's a wild guy, and he's known for banging strippers. And being the host of The Price is Right is a job, you know, unlike yours where your customer base is young, wild guys, and even you are rare. Nobody talks about this stuff. So for him, now that little old ladies are going to be watching him, he wants to have a conservative image of a family man. That's why he's doing it.
So are you saying that he's serious about getting married, or he's still going to go out and bang strippers? What are you saying?
That depends. I mean, his motives are the same. I don't know how smart he is, but he's pretty smart for doing this. I remember Howard Stern got on him a couple of years ago about not only banging strippers but moving them in. He's going, why would you live with a stripper? You should just bang them, don't live with them. That's his reputation. And so now he's got this all-American pie job, you know, and I think he probably is putting a little spin on his personal lifestyle.
Well, your answer makes more sense than any call we've gotten this hour.
Thank you, Doctor.
No problem at all. Makes more sense than anybody who's called in. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Chris on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Dad.
Hello, son.
Hey, you know, I think that you were always saying that, by the way, I've been listening to you since I was 16 and 21. I just got my broker's license, and I always want to thank you for all your fantastic advice because man, I ran into some chicks in my time, man. With Drew Carey, you know what, he's 49 years old. Maybe he feels it's the right time to get married. Maybe this chick's the one. She's not a complete retard like that one caller that called. So, I mean, that's what I think about.
What, the day he starts doing The Price is Right?
You know, I think you're right about it. But maybe he feels it's the right time. Hey, can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
Hey, you know, I listen to the Conway and Whitman show at night, and man, you guys got to stop fighting. I love both your shows, man. And,
I'm not fighting with anybody.
You're right, I guess, but...
Have I mentioned Brian Whitman today? Have I even mentioned him?
No, but just, hey, lay off the guy. He's kind of pathetic as it is, right?
Hey, I'm not the one who started doing the imitations and started expanding on the imitation. I never had a word to say about the guy.
Yeah, you're right. You know, I love your show, and can you do me a huge favor? Can you take me out Brian Whitman style?
What would that be?
Crying Baby.
Oh, yes, we could do that, of course. Here you go.
Thank you.
All right. We don't have Crying Infant, Crying Baby. There it is. What is that listed as? Oh, Baby Crying. Okay. He says that's Brian Whitman's son. Okay. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Here's Drew on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
How you doing, Tom?
How you doing?
I'm good. On the Drew Carey subject, what I want to know is this, right? He's got the big gig now on The Price is Right. Did he learn nothing from the years and years of Bob Barker on the show before him? Barker's, what, 80 years old? He's got every model on the show, and he is on them, man.
Yeah, and if you're willing to put up with a sexual harassment suit once in a while, you still have all those models around.
Exactly. I mean, it's a buffet for him now. Why tie it down, you know?
I agree.
I mean, the guy, you know, he's had a good career. You know, he's got notoriety, but now, you know, he's tied down. God, you know, at least Barker waited till his wife was dead. He did the honorable thing.
Are you kidding me? If I got that job as host of The Price is Right, I would get myself the nicest room at the Farmer's Daughter Motel across the street from Television City there on Fairfax.
Exactly.
And I would be shuttling them in and out. I'd have like one of those little things after the bakery, you know, now serving, number 56, number 57, number 58. I'd just be shuttling them in and out.
Exactly. It would be the proverbial casting couch, you know?
You know what? I'd have some guy stationed at the door saying to the next chick, come on down.
Exactly.
That's what I'd be doing.
I mean, he needs to learn from the old man. That he set the precedent for everybody who follows him.
Yes, but by the way, not only do I think Bob Barker's a great guy, and I know because I've spent time with him, but also, I must say, he's my idol. Because any man who gets sued for sexual harassment after age 70, that's what I aspire to be.
Exactly. I want it on my tombstone.
Are you kidding me? That is hero status.
It is. That surpasses everything else.
Absolutely.
He's an honorable man.
Yes. All right, Drew.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Tom.
Thank you for the call. He's just going to sit there and wait for me to show him the door. Did not know when he'd overstayed his welcome. He was doing good. Good call. I have to start critiquing some of these calls because they just don't understand. You got the ones who start off fast and furious and then eventually wind down very slowly until it's one phrase every 30 seconds. Then you have guys like that who just sit there and wait to be told to go. You ever have that one last guest at your party who they'll just have one more cup of coffee and you're ready to like start cleaning up and they just want to sit there and sit. That was what this guy was. The party guest didn't know when to leave. 1-800-5800-TOM. Ruben on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Not much.
I got this little chubster figured out, Tom. This guy, his girlfriend figured out that he's getting this bomb job, and she's over here self-conscious about herself, so she forces him to get engaged because he knows that he's going to be out there banging all those broads like Bob Barker was, man.
Allegedly.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. I mean, even though he's not a real attractive guy, but come on now, he's got money and he's got status. But, that's pretty much, she just pretty much cut Drew's balls off, man, the way I see it. And made him the first day admit on the air that he's getting engaged, just so they all know. And I bet you all her girlfriends are like, oh, you got him by the balls. And look at Drew, man. Come on, Drew. I hope Drew's hearing me, man. And update those glasses, bro. I can't even stand you. Oh, my gosh. Who are you, Buddy Holly, dude? Come on now.
Buddy Holly.
Christ.
All right, thank you for that. Buddy Holly. Okay. 1-800-5800-TOM. This is Mike on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello. Mike?
Yes, Tom. Hi, how are you?
Hate to wake you over there.
Sorry about that. I think there's a little problem with the communication, so it didn't come through clearly, but I do hear you, and I just want to say that I think that it's okay for Drew Carey to get married and live a happy life because, he's a nice guy, and most women would think that he's a nice guy, and I don't see too many women out there thinking that you're a nice guy just because of your position on women and your position on life. So, I mean, from your perspective, no guy should ever get married. And, any girl who would tell their friend that they're dating Drew Carey, their friends, or guys or girls, would be like, oh, my God, that's awesome. If a girl ever told a guy that she was dating you, their first response would be like, are you a complete idiot?
Well, the time to get married is when you're coming out of rehab or you're going into rehab or you've lost your job and you can't get another job. You don't announce it on the day you've got the biggest gig you've ever had.
I understand. I just think that you club women over the head with your money, power, and fame and just hump them, and that's okay, but, there's some people enjoy it.
Tell you what, works for me. Thanks a lot for the call.
The Tom Leykis Show.